Is a healthy culture dependent on your organization's ability to hold people accountable in a healthy way? Or put another way, if you lack the ability to create healthy accountability, is a healthy culture possible? Before we answer that question, we'll define the term accountability, define what healthy accountability looks like, look at how accountability can be toxic and hold you back from creating a healthy culture, and finally, your next steps to get accountability right so you set yourself up to more effectively shape culture. First, what is accountability? Accountability is simple. It's giving an account of our commitments. While accountability is simple, the term carries a lot of baggage. In seminars, when I ask groups to react to the word, I hear pit in my stomach, judgment, courtroom, accusation. Now that's a loaded word. Yet, do you trust someone who won't be held accountable or give an honest account of their commitments? We can't. Remember Enron? They lied about their financial position and hurt a lot of people when the truth came out. Low accountability never works out in the long run. So what is healthy accountability? It's a simple 4-step process. 1, we make commitments. 2, we give an account of how those commitments are going. 3, we adjust and have follow-up conversations. And finally, we react to the results with rewards or consequences. Accountability can turn toxic in at least 7 ways. 1, unclear commitments, or the gotcha. 2, overreactions or silent resentment about expectation gaps. 3, unfair accusation. In other words, the intent to punish rather than pursue progress. 4, elaborate games to avoid responsibility or ownership and giving an account of commitments, accountability. 5, we see the blame game arise when problems arise. 6, people taking credit for others' work. And 7, there are no consequences for bad behavior. Which brings us back to the main question of this video. Can you create a healthy culture when you suck at accountability? Let's start with your ability to make and keep commitments. Change gets easier when you can do so. Culture change also gets easier when you have effective conversations about behavioral gaps, because the goal is progress and learning rather than blame and judgment. You shape culture behavior with your ability to follow up and administer consequences, be they rewards or other forms of course correction. Weak consequences equals weak ability to change. Many years ago, I studied high-performing supervisors. It won't surprise you that they were emotionally mature in the face of stress and were models of healthy accountability. Speaking of which, let's talk about your next steps. How do I get better at accountability? Start by mastering 4 key skills. First is creating clear commitments. 2 is having effective conversations about those commitments. Dealing with gaps effectively with an eye towards progress, not punishment. Healthy flow of communication so we adjust towards the desired end goal. The third skill is following up on the conversations about commitments and course corrections. And finally, we need to become masters of results and consequences, because nothing communicates like consequences. If you want to create the capability to change cultures, systems, and processes, master accountability, because once you do, everything else gets easier. Thanks for joining us today. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content and want to see more.